Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about Jupiter transiting the 11th house in a natal chart. Now, on average, Jupiter will traverse a house for approximately 1 year. However, if your house size is a little bit larger than average size, then Jupiter will be in there for a little bit of a longer period. Or if your house size is a little bit smaller than average size, it will be in there for a little bit of a shorter period. But anyway, people, first thing I'll look at, well, when Jupiter transits one's natal 11th house, this could be very fortuitous and positive for matters connected with friends, with your goals, with your aspirations, with organizations. And it could even be positive for things connected with innovation, with your new ideas, with esoteric subjects, things that might be unorthodox or unusual. Even if you're somebody that may be somewhat conservative and conventional by nature, there could be a little bit more luck and more fortune connected with new ideas. You might be able to think of some new idea maybe a little bit more readily than in the past, even if you're a very conventional type of personality. And the thing is, people, when I look at this transit, this could be also very positive and very auspicious, perhaps for even social media. I understand many people go on social media and the internet very consistently, but it could be more favorable for, say, maybe expanding friendships on there, maybe joining maybe Facebook groups, for example, or groups on other social media sites. This could be a very beneficial period for expanding your friends, your acquaintances. It may be a time where you might be more jovial and jocular in terms of your attitude with your friends. You might find that your friends and acquaintances might be more humorous during this time, might be more comical, and might really, even the ones that generally aren't whimsical and more have a more serious disposition, you may find that those people might indeed show a little bit more humor than they generally do. Now, when I look at this transit, as far as the Jupiter transiting your natal 11th house, this could be a time where even like say, even if you had a negative situation with a friend, if you had some argument, this could be a time for perhaps some reconciliation with him or her. This could also be a period when Jupiter, when it goes through your natal 11th house, this could be a time where it could be very positive for more progressive thinking, or really maybe doing something where you really maybe humanitarian. I would say not maybe, I would say very strongly could be about humanitarian endeavors, as far as perhaps some luck, maybe showing some exuberance and enthusiasm with this, doing things out of selflessness. And as the 11th house, it could really be strongly about that, as the 11th house does correspond with the zodiac sign Aquarius. Keep in mind that Jupiter is over publishing, so maybe this is a time where this could be some good fortune connected with collaborating with friends or acquaintances, maybe on writing something, maybe trying to get something published, and maybe getting something published, maybe connected with something new, with new ideas, things, maybe something about computers, electronics, maybe something connected with an esoteric subject, such as astrology. Jupiter also governs long distance traveling abroad. So maybe this is the time, if you procrastinated for a while, or it's something you hadn't thought of previously, maybe this is the time, maybe you decide to take a long distance journey with a friend or more. It could be also a period when you look at Jupiter, it's connected with higher education as well. So perhaps during this transit, maybe you might take maybe a course in like an 11th house subject, such as computers, such as electronics, something connected with modern innovations, with modern technology, maybe something connected with esoteric subjects. It could be something, maybe something that's connected. Uh, Maybe just with, it could just be with science, perhaps even something really. Although when you look at this could be also when you have this transit, when Jupiter transits your 11th house, it might give you more about, I guess you could say, maybe some luck to some degree by doing things more with the group, and really not so much about being egocentric and like the fifth house, more about standing out in general, but doing things in a more group oriented manner, doing things for the betterment of the group, doing things collectively as opposed to singular or by yourself. Well, anyway, it's also important to look at the aspects that are made by this transit to your natal planets and points in your chart, as this could impact the transit. Now, let's say, for example, that transiting Jupiter in your 11th house is making a conjunction to your natal sun. Well, you might feel strongly revitalized in this period. You might feel an increased vitality and feel more energetic during this period, feel much more exuberant during this time. And given that the fact that that it takes place in the 11th house, well, this could be this exuberance and this energy level might be shown with friends, with acquaintances, and perhaps even in your aspirations and maybe in groups as well. Another example, let's say that transiting Jupiter in your natal 11th house is making a sextile or trine to your natal moon. Well, this could indicate very strong, I guess you could say, strong positive and exuberant feelings, more where you're feeling very positive about yourself during this time. And because of this, and really the feelings about yourself might be more augmented and might be more exuberant and expansive. And given that this is in the 11th house, this could perhaps be applied. This might feelings about yourself, more positive feelings about yourself, might give you more confidence and self-assurance in matters connected with your friends, connected with group activities, things connected with organizations, and perhaps even in humanitarian endeavors. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Jupiter transiting the 11th house in a natal chart. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about Jupiter transiting the 12th house in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.